And I am Miss Marie. You guys can call me Great Mama, and I'm gonna give it to you straight. And this is giving it to you straight one more time. Welcome to the live. If you have any questions about money, finances, a situation, come and ask me any questions that you like. Today is Blessed Sunday, and if you had this magic wand, what would you do with it? Okay, what would you do with the lifeline that is extended to you? Okay, we will come up with great ideas, new ways of doing things, and money's always there. And so, yeah, it's there, but it's we can't seem to keep it because bills got to get paid. We're in the state to survive. As we go into the state of survive, we all are met with setbacks, roadblocks. We fall on hard times. Sometimes, things, we feel like we're making progress, and sometimes we just wind up, just with a lot of different, the uncertainty, the wheel. Do we leave things to chance? Do we surrender under the under the guidance of the universe, or do we go and we do what we have to do? Do we have that draconian energy where we go and take matters into our own hands, or we just let the universe do what it has to do because there's things that got to take care of, the laws that are in place. But anyway, let's go ahead with the angels of abundance. These beautiful, powerful angels. However you connect to your angel, however you connect to God, I connect through this field of magnificence. Okay, I'll call them uh, one of the divine's providence, the sacred divine spirit of all there is. So the connection is prayer, and it is affirmation, and it is claiming it. It is doing what you have to do to create your heaven on earth. All right, we're under the full moon in Pisces, that blood moon, however you want to relate to that moon. There are many different, ways people explain the energy. There's a lot of different aspects, angles, and what have you. But here, we're going to keep it simple so you don't get, okay, overwhelmed with so many different ways of understanding, the energy. So one at a time. I'm going to go from Pisces to Aries because we got the full moon in Pisces, and that full moon in Pisces is potent. It's a cosmic cleanup basically because it's in the 12th house. All right. So anything that you accumulated over the last 11 months, okay, any worry, any fears, anything that needs your attention, all right, how to make your connections stronger, because remember, it's subtle energy. All right, the moon is like her light is your seed, so it's a chance. Anything that you have set, any intentions, release them now. Okay, now you can move forward and say yes to the new opportunities. Okay, and creating my heaven on earth. So if you had this, what would you do with it? Hey, too. Hi. If you had this magic, all right, this is a regular magic stick. This is a regular wand with little crystals on it. We normally get the one that has the leaves that is extended through us, through our ancestors. Okay, when you understand that this lifeline, been there, done that. Hi, Linneas. How are you? Welcome to the live. So anyway, the full moon is all about releasing fears, doubts, limited beliefs, knowing that everything's working out for your highest good, the struggle, the worry, allow ease. Call that into your being, call in the peace, call in the healing. Okay, and so it will be. One more. Hi, how are you? You have a question? From Pisces to Aries. All right. Spiritual, emotional, highlighting the themes of intuition, compassion at all levels, right? And just surrendering the control to the universe, to the flows of it. So basically, some people do take the chance. Do I take the chance? Do I leave things to chance, or do I take and I go on and move forward because it's me versus like my will against the will of the divine? Do I surrender the control over? Is basically what it's telling you. All right. Are you tired of the emotional roller coasters or the ups and downs? What am I doing? Do I have to, especially the organization, because the new moon in Virgo gave us that time now, and now is the time. Let me get organized. Let me do what I got to do. All right. So it's giving you that time, especially throughout the rest of the month. All right. Well, until the season's over, then we go into the new moon in Libra, where things start beginning to see. You've got to start seeing more of a balance. between work, home life, friends, where however you extend your energy. Here we go. Between Pisces and Aries through Pisces. Okay, it's all about growth, psychic procession, creative expression, spiritual connections, understanding energy. One more. Here we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more. From Pisces, right? Remember, that moon is visible and is full of all the glory, all the providence, all the divine, sacred energy, that light, that seed, cultivating. And that's anything that's hidden is going to be exposed. Basically, remember, it's all about exposure, the things that we need to see. Because when we born under the new moon, that's cloaked in darkness. So when we born under that, when we bring into this full moon, it's like, wow, things are going to be visible, things that I have to work on. Forget about them. I'm going to work on me. While I work through. Hey, my daily thinker, might sneak in, and when you notice it's too late. Yeah, absolutely. Soon realization might sneak in, and when you, yeah. Absolutely. Hey, Ariana Melo. Hi, how are you, sweetie? Welcome to the live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This full moon, baby. Let's get it. All right, let's release, let's stay, just easy, breezy, and just cool and collective. I'm going to try to use different words here. Or more relatable. I want to be a little more relatable. I don't want to be that smart, you know what I mean? I want to get, because I'm losing it. Well, losing it meaning that I'm losing people because I'm not being relatable, and I want you to understand that I am relatable. I've been there, done that. I just reached a high level of consciousness. I learned to understand both sides of me, not choosing which one. Okay, so if you say when God split itself, divided itself in two, it became both. It became light and dark, good and bad. It gave us two options. It gave us feminine and it gave us masculine. How do we balance that energy? How do we not? I want to push that away. We got to learn how to just transmute that energy. Okay, turn that negative energy, whatever energy you call that dark, into light, basically, because we're light beings, high vibrational beings. At the end of the day, here we go, Pisces. Let's get you your angels of abundance. However you connect to the divine of all there is. Pay yourself first, Pisces. Okay. So here we go, Pisces. Make sure that the most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you're paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. Okay? Ancestors. Our angels. Okay? So just pay yourself first, Pisces. Let's go ahead. Aquarius, clean energy food. When you feel your body, I'm going to read from down here. When you fill your body with a healthy organic diet, you increase your energy levels and ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and a high vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships. Okay? Clean energy food. Let's go ahead. Lots of greens, lots of fish, not things that are processed, like, that's saturated in fat, chips, processed fast foods. A lot of times we on the go, and it doesn't give us that time. All right. If you want to have a higher level of consciousness, more awareness, to be more productive, because when we got to, like the King of Swords, he's got to, or the Queen, when there's something that has to be taken care of, they got to make sure that they make the decisions, quickly, without, like, oh, wait, let me think about it. No, we're supposed to make these decisions, and feel more energized. And when we eat clean, and, it gives us more stamina and strength to do the things that we have to do. We don't be clouded and, like, wow, foggy. Although we're going to go through some things, right? Because we talk about communication and our intellect and truth, logic and reason, having state and civic state of mind, a rational state and civic state of mind. Let's go ahead with Capricorn. Capricorn, clearing your debts, Capricorn. Let me put it here if you want to screenshot it. Your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. We become freer and lighter. All right. So basically, freer. A lot of times we obligated because Capricorn represents that the devil card, and the devil card, he is, they are attached, or they have. So if I don't work this hard, okay, then I'm not gonna be able to make it, right? So you don't have to work. It's working smarter, not harder. So when you get that little block, that little vote that you attach yourself to, feel like you gotta be obligated to stay at a job that you're not happy with, right? When you got your subordinates over your head, telling you what to do, or like having a short leash, all right. So that maybe you want to buy more stuff. You know what I mean? Because if you have a short leash on spending, right? Maybe you want to do more. By clearing your debt, you'll be able to, for the future, buy more. That's what I'm saying. Let's go. Let's go ahead to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, organizing for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity on purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you in organizing your, and plan your next step, action steps. Let's go ahead to Scorpio. It is safe for you to receive, Scorpio. Scorpio, the more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. If you have a question about finances, if you're here for love, remember our emotions and the finances that have, they attach to it, because a lot of times we make purchases when we very high emotional. It's like this. Like if you see a house or you see clothes, you get attached to that emotion, and sometimes we make purchases on an emotional impulse. All right. And then when you come down out of that low, when you come back down, you be like, oh, I don't even need this. So just be careful with that energy. Let's go ahead to, I'm going up. So Libra donations, tithing, and charitable work. Give joyfully to organizations and people and if you cannot give, Libra, you could give your time, donate some time. It doesn't have to do the little bit of work. It's okay. You don't have to be. A lot of times we don't feel like, oh, I don't have any money to give, or I don't have clothing or whatever. Your time is energy. Even money, that's what it is. Money is just a concept to get to the things that you want, right? Like money, you see it tangible, but it's basically a spiritual thing, all right? Anyway, you'll understand that one day. So just anyway, spiritually support and inspire you, and your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. So the person that doesn't believe in miracles is not going to experience them, right? The time, supplies, money, and other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies by donating, tithing, even going to the church. All right? Or a lot of times we're like, I don't want to go give to no church. I don't know what they do with the money. All right? But you remember, it's as long as somebody else is getting help, a lot, or because if you really look at what happened a couple of days ago, a week ago, how that pastor, I forgot what church it was in. I don't know if it was in Florida. He did some real crooked stuff, so I can understand that. But just try to go donate or do some charitable work in a soup kitchen, a church. All right. Yeah, they make the church look really, really bad. That's why a lot of people don't like to tithe and give, because where does the money go? All right, when these pastors and they living in castles and mansions and everything, driving around, So yeah, it's questionable. All right, but anyway, let's go ahead to Virgo. Virgo, windfall of abundance, Virgo. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, Virgo. Some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work, Virgo. Okay. Leo, God is your source, and everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway. Remember, without faith, nothing moves. There's no work. Without faith, without works, doesn't move. So they don't spawn to receive. In God there is no lack and limitation, rather there is plenty of abundance for all to share. Cancer, you feel better, declutter and more focused if you take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can, help others and who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. Okay, Cancer, unclutter. If you got clothes, or you might be doing that today, you always like to give and help others. All right, and just make sure that declutter your, because we only on the 7th, right? And try to get more organized with your schedule, okay? So you don't feel like you're all over the place. Let's go ahead. Gemini, you have exercise to increase your abilities. Your energy and manifestation abilities. The key to manifesting quickly is to have a high energy levels. And the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you look forward to exercise and it becomes your own reward. Gemini, Taurus, partnership, Taurus. So I'm looking at a lot of the values here. Like I value partner, love, healthy relationship, right? Family, close relationships, and with my family member. So we got our societal values, we got our professional values, right? And so when we got our own values, like man, I value partnership, working with somebody, okay? So I allow helpful. So if one of your values is working with with family, valuing that close relationships, it's available to you. But do you have the person? Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your professional life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So allow people and partner up with somebody, especially if you're doing something. Just like not try to do it on your own, you know what I mean? So allow these partnerships to have, to come into your life, receive and help, bring them, especially people that already have the skills. Because you might try to set a business or something that you don't know what you're really doing, and by you allowing their opinion, right? And if maybe you feel like, man, I don't want to have to pay nobody because we constantly worrying about that. Okay, let's go ahead. Hope your day's okay too, McDaily. And Aries, power of prayer, Aries, give the situation to God for uplifting and healing and be open to miracles, Aries. Heaven's heaven's unlimited resources, love and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives it to you. God gives, I'm sorry, in response to your prayers. I really wasn't gonna come on because I'm under that full moon energy, but I love the angels. I know what they mean to me, and a lot of people, this is one way of opening up to the divine, connecting to your angel, your archangel, as they form the angles. They bring us opportunity. They're cheerleading you on. So I love my angels of abundance. The minute that I tap into this energy, the portals, the high vibrational frequency, because they are high vibrational frequency. When you be able to connect it at that level, it gives you so much, it fills you up. It lets you know that you're not alone, that what you're experiencing, everything that you experience, every struggle, it's just everything's just working out for your highest good. There are lessons that we're gonna have to learn. I know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys make a lot of sacrifices. Okay, look at the bottom here. Abundance is a mindset, okay? If you think of your abundance as something that that happens in the future, then it'll be always be one day away. So you have to see it, and you got to feel it, and you got to think of it as like it's happening now, something that you already have in the present moment, right? So, and that's what you will experience. So if you feel like if you say, "Oh, I don't have it," or "I will," or "I want," you speak in the language of sheep. You gotta act like it's already happened. And I know that's a lot of that's your energy. So that's what you get. Whatever you're thinking about, that's what you're gonna bring about. Okay, so it's the law of attraction. Let the universe move. Let the law of attraction move. The universe into the things that you want, creating space for this and being mindful. I'm gonna get out of here because I really didn't like wanted to come on anyway because the energy. So I just want to take this time for me. But I just wanted you to let you know that you're not alone. You know, under this full moon, release or worry. It is in the opposite. It's happening in the opposite as well, right? When it hits Virgo, right? 612. Play that number. Some of you, if you guys want to play that number, but just be, take the time to introspect. Have that cosmic cleanup. You already know what the truth is. Things are going to be illuminated to you, you know, and just exposing the truth for you. All right, guys. So if you come through this and you see this live, I encourage you to surrender control. Not your heart, not your will, your control. I'm not gonna try to control. I know that the universe got something better for me. As I surrender the control, I'm not gonna leave nothing to chance. Not even the control, because when you do, then you surrender. Then you're gonna start feeling trapped. When you try to control it, because maybe it's not the timing. The timing might be off. It could be something else that's coming in for you, and you might try to hinder it or block it. Okay, or it'll move to a different direction. So you got to be careful with your thoughts, the way you think. Okay, so just make sure that you ask yourself, listen, I've been blessed before. All right, just practice patience and the rest in the arms of the divine for grace and inspiration. Okay, so whether you're making progress, whether you not see the effects of, if you got any delays, all right, know that that can never be no excellent time. You could just do it and set it. You don't have to worry. You don't have to wait on a full moon to release. You could release worry every day, and the more you practice, the more you get good at it. You get better at it, right? So just understand that there's always a new opportunity, a new job. There's always a promotion. There's always a career change. There's always something that you could do to benefit you and for others, for the greater good. All right. And so, okay, make sure you welcome that energy. Ask for it. It is your birthright. With that being said, God bless you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this little quick live. And take care, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye. Thank you guys, and thank you, Mr. Daily Think, and later hope one day is your day. Later hope one day this is your day. May God soon realization may see. All right, Ariana, you too, and I hope to see you guys again. Thank you. Bye bye.